This time we're going to demonstrate the stack technique, where the cakes actually sit on top of one another. Again, with this technique we use the dowel rods, but in a different way. So step one would be to place the dowel rods directly into the cake, evenly positioned in a square shape. Then we mark on the point where the dowel rod hits the cake. Then we take each one from the cake and cut, snap, position back in the cake where you should have a level surface. And then repeat that for each of the dowel rods. So step two, we've got a clear surface, and now we're going to put the second cake on top of the base cake. So you use the paper to draw to the edge of the table and put your hand underneath the cake and lift carefully onto your hand. It's important you only touch the bottom of the cake so you're not going to damage the sugar paste before putting onto the next board. So making sure your ribbon join is at the back of the cake, you place very, very carefully in a tilt, front to back, on top of the cake. Then we're going to repeat the exercise from before, again with 3 dowel rods this time rather than 4, in a triangular shape, pushing through to the board below. We're going to mark where the dowel hits the cake, and then we're going to do the same exercise, taking each of the dowel rods, cutting through, snapping and placing into the cake. The other thing to remember is if you are going to choose a cake which has got different bases, you must always choose the bottom tier as a fruit cake, because putting a fruit cake on top of a Madeira or a chocolate base would mean that there's not enough stability to keep the cake straight. So now we're going to put the top tier on. Again, slide off the table, hand underneath very, very carefully without touching the sides of the cake. Checking your ribbon is at the back, tilting forward, checking you're in the centre of the cake, and then dropping carefully. And there you have your stacked cake.